What's good, what's up everyone, it's the boy Fest Show here. And today we are back with Find Love or Die trying. Now I'm saying,
That's all, folks.
this just might be the last episode, I'm not sure. Time restarted, but this time we know what's going on. So, let's just get to it, man. Fest Show, there you are. Sorry, I got carried away exploring the island. I've got to be careful around Kat. I know exactly what she is capable of firsthand. Is that so? Well, it's no harm, but you have a whole week to explore, you know. You get one date with each of the girls for the first 5 days. A little something special for day 6. And then the final ceremony where you propose to one of the girls. That sounds like the perfect amount of time to figure out if we're meant together. You'll be surprised. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Who do you want to spend today's date with? Scarlett? Scarlett, there's just something about her, you know. This rapper's been to play the game for a while, dog. I need to just relax. I found Scarlett inside the library, the place I'd most often meet her for the first time. She always looks so happy when she's reading. It did the heart good to try to make her smile in the same way when I talked with her. We became fast friends again. The similarity of our situations might have played a part in that. Still, I'm not sure why ALLIE insisted in me going on a date with Scarlett today. Sure, getting her memories back will be a huge win, but... Hey Scarlett, for sure. I'm glad you're safe. Things are going crazy out there. What's happening? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a horde of zombies outside. The Brothers 5 and a lot of our behind the scenes help went crazy and... Scarlett, you did this, didn't you? Wait, what? I've been here the whole time. With their show, I couldn't have. I'd never heard of anything like this. Wait, what? What do you mean it's true? What do you mean by it's actually? The fuck? Yeah, true. I can vouch for her. We've both been here since... Okay, that makes sense. I can vouch for her. We've both been here since our first date started. Well, either way, I bet you can create a cure for it, no? I mean, probably could, but I need my equipment. I'm not sure why, but I can't find it anywhere. Follow me. You can use our lab. It's a trap. We followed Kat to the games room. Kat put her hand against the wall for the games room, revealing a hidden trap door. She walked in and beckoned for us to follow. We walked down spiraling stairs for who knew how long. I lost track more than a few times. I remember this place. So this is behind the games room, huh? The whole time. You should have everything you need in this room to make a cure. You just don't go snooping around. This lab belonged to R&D, and we could all get in trouble if you do. Actually, this place doesn't have everything we need. What else do you need? To build a cure, I'm going to need a sample of whatever this is. I need a live specimen. I'm sure you can help with that, Fisher. I've got some editing that needs my attention. You got this. And just like that, she was gone. If it makes you feel better, I hope you catch somebody. You sure? If you're the only one who can make the cure, then it might be better for you to stay back. No thanks. There's no way I'm letting you out there alone. I don't want you to think I'm weird, but I've got this feeling that I'd be pretty good at collecting unwilling zombie specimens. That is weird, but in this case, she's absolutely correct. some memories must be intact, even if they've kept below the surface. Well, let's get on with this. We went back up to the surface. Everywhere we looked was overrun by zombies. We wouldn't stand a chance against a group, so we spent the day trying to split them up, as well as searching for lone wolves. Brains! Bananas! Well, in luck, we finally got an isolated sample. How are we supposed to bring him in though? One bite and we're finished. I've got just the thing! Scarlet pulled out a pair of brass knuckles. Where did you even get that? Is that really important right now? You mind looking the other way for a second? It's embarrassing. Look at the face she's making. Sure, Scarlet. I turned around. Brains, bananas. I hope your health insurance covers this. One more with feeling. Yo, Scarlet's actually about that life. Like, she really... Like, what gang she rep for real? I mean, shit, she ran red. She might be a blood. Are we the bad guys? We dragged them back to the mansion, paying careful attention to not run into any more of the zombies running amok. Scarlet opened the hidden trap door in the games room, and I pulled Ford's unconscious body in. Oh, fuck. My hand slipped, causing Ford's body to tumble down the stairs. Man, he just kept going and going. I know, I'll get him. Better get him quick, or we're going to have a live specimen. Luckily, I managed to catch him pretty quickly. We put him on the operating table for Scarlet to analyze. Interesting. What's up, Scarlet? This virus, it's pretty clear it's man-made. Is it the T-virus? Even more interesting is that it looks like something I would make. Not that I would ever made zombie viruses, for sure.
Cap, they got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me in no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you in 4K?
That ain't me.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
My nigga, you cannot do that.
Why did you do that?
Yes, you have. It's kind of cute how you try to hide it. Cat, you there? Weird. I thought Cat was supposed to be able to hear us from anywhere on the island. Maybe there's no microphones all the way down here. I guess so. I was going to tell her we've got the cure now. Sweet, great work, Scarlet. You bet I did. I read that in the wrong verse. We administered the cure to 4, then went back upstairs together. Cat, you there? But my legs are itching me today, I apologize. What's up, Scarlet? I've been waiting hours for you guys. You two done yet? We've got the cure now. We'll need your people's help to help administer it. Oh my gosh, big words coming in. We'll be right on it. Lay low for now. We're coming to get you. In the meantime, Fesho, how about you tell me about yourself? It'll be my pleasure. With Cat's help, we managed to quell the zombie plague. With just enough time left in the day for a lovely dinner with Scarlet. After that, I went for a night walk valley to somewhere safe from prying eyes. You should buy a girl dinner first before you murder. You should buy a girl dinner first before you murder her in the woods, you know. I think I found a way to bring the other's memories back. You found that lab, didn't you? Pretty much. Sweet. I wasn't sure how to get back there after they shipped us out of there. So that's a huge win. So where is it? There's a secret trap door in the games room. You just have to press a hidden panel in the wall. That said, how are we supposed to get in without being seen? There's cameras everywhere, and Scarlett and I were only allowed to enter because of the whole pandemic. I read pandemic backwards. Don't you worry about that. I got an inside man. Thor's gonna be helping us override a few cameras and microphones in the mansion with old recordings. Thor. That way, we can get in and stay inside long enough to get their memories back without raising any sort of fuss. The brother that we KO'd today downstairs? What's that look for? I'm surprised he's still standing after today, to be honest. Yeah, that nigga fell down the stairs and got clobbered by a fucking brass knuckles. I wouldn't work with people who go down that easy. Was Thor always working with you? Nope, never till now, but we can't afford to refuse his help. I've had him prove his trustworthy, don't worry. You can count on him. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, we have everything we need for the first part of the plan. Up for a trip down memory lane together? Sounds like a plan. Everybody's here. You guys have to see this, trust me. They put her hand against the secret panel. A second later, the wall parted to reveal the winding staircase Thor became immediately and repeatedly familiar with. Did ALLIE prove Thor's trust before, or offer his help trip down the stairs? Whoa, you guys! Found my secret spot already? I'm sorry, what? I found this place this morning. I sat near the top of the stairs and played for a while. It was more fun to play in the dark. I've not done her voice in so long. Hold me back for a show. ALLIE explained the situation as we walked down the stairs. Sure enough, they were skeptical, except for Scarlett. Okay, your story makes a little more sense when you come down there. We walk towards the machines in a mixture of awe and fear. Oh. The mark is on this machine. My father's company made these. Why? They didn't. Not my baby. I'm sorry, everyone. I wish what I had to say wasn't true, but it is. I don't know why we're being kept here, why they filmed the show over and over, but I know that if we don't escape and fast, they're going to kill us sooner or later. For sure, and I are going to do our very best to make sure all of us get out of here alive. But to do that, I need you to trust me. Trust you with what? I need you to trust me enough to step back into the tanks they kept you in. For us to escape, we need all of us to have our memories back. Otherwise, you won't trust us enough. I'd have to be quite foolish to just keep into this tank because someone says so. Violet, you can trust her. Excuse me? I know she's telling the truth about the machine because I built this. ALLIE, this isn't the first time we've met, is it? No, it isn't. We've gotten to know each other quite a few times by now. It's a strange feeling. On one hand, this is horrible. On the other hand, I'm glad that the machine works. Maybe one day, we'll put it to use the way it should be. Alright, I trust you. We just walk back into the machine? Thank you, Violet. I know it'd be difficult to trust me, so I appreciate it. There's a machine that should have our names on it, or your name on it. Go into it, and then Fesho and I will start the reversal process. I hope this works. It should, but it might hurt a bit. Do spare me for the details, please. Scarlett and Violet walk into their respective machines. I don't really get it, but I trust you, Fesho. And besides, I got a thing for big things made out of metal, they're like mecha, I guess. Is this going to hurt? Fuck, am I supposed to know that? It probably is. It is. I'm sorry, yo. Don't be Fesher. I'm happy you wouldn't lie to me. It makes me even more sure to trust you. It's good thing we went with that option. Here you go. Let's do this. Alright. They're in their tanks. Let's do this, Fesher. On it. Even if it was necessary for all of us that screamed from the rehearsal process for almost more than I could take. ALLIE and I covered our ears as Violet, Scarlet, you and Terror remembered years of memories in a matter of minutes. After doing all this, we better be getting out of here. It's like the one scene in The Matrix, the first joint. Violet, Scarlet, Yui and Terror stepped out of their tanks after what must have felt like hours to them. Guys, you okay? This probably isn't the time to mention it, but I made a bet before about what would happen when they got their memories back. What did you bet? I'm going to watch from a safer distance if you don't mind. If looks could kill, the girls that had just gotten out of the tanks would have killed me several times over. They ran to me yelling and screaming.
You five-time little cheater!
Wait, I can explain. Too late. They were on me like hyenas. Ah! I was gonna say, surely they had to be addressed at some point, bro. Like, come on. Did my girl Terror dirty, bro? Like, this is why, bro. Sometimes the main character in some of these like rom-com/anime, bro, like, you piss me off, bro. That's why the main characters in these rom-coms, bro, suck. Now that we've all calmed down, how about we go over this escape plan? It better be good, ALLIE. For your sake, Fesher. Out with it then. Alright, listen up. Over the next hour, ALLIE explained her plan from start to finish. Trust me, it's the best we got. If this is our plan, we're doomed. I've not heard this song for a while. Congrats, Fesher, you made it out to day 2. You really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet. And that's before we got the zombies involved, believe it or not. I'm glad to hear that. You think you choose Scarlet at the end of this? I'm going to do it this time, see what happens. I figure it's best to make things seem uncertain as possible and not get too focused on one. Fuck you. Kat said that getting lower ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. If that happened this time, then game over. The only reason why we're able to make these moves right now is because ALLIE's machine glitched out. Who knows if that would ever happen again. There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I'm like even more? You know what I like even more? Drama. And what better way to start the fire than a full date with another woman? If it ain't broke, so who's gonna be? Have you ever noticed that there's only one room in the mansion that's locked? Nope, not even one bit. Really? It's right by the games room, and it's not a hidden one. I'm starting to understand why we've been stuck here all this time. I was snooping around at night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it using a black key that she kept on her keyring in her pocket. It's definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansions as well as for the other buildings. So like it'll be pretty good to get our hands on that. Exactly. If you get me that key for even a minute, I can make a mold. I've always said fold. I can make a mold of it that we can use as a duplicate key. I'm betting that Oh, second, we needed still a key so we can escape the fucking mansion and freaking do with these and freaking be quick because these motherfuckers are sick, making this go on a show called Find Love or Die Trying, and I'm trying to dip out this mansion because this mansion is fucking fucked. Because they keep stuffing us in the machine, making the memories disappear into the breeze. It's not even fair. Shit is making me feel scared. But guess what? They were so unaware that my memories returned, and now they're getting burned. When I leave this place, this whole mansion's getting burned. Don't give two damn, they get slapped up, thinking like a pimp. They get back. Oh damn, I fucked it.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
I'm betting that would be pretty helpful for helping us get out of here, to put it lightly. That's awesome. But wouldn't Cat notice her master key going missing? You're absolutely right. Especially if you or I take it, or try to take it. I'm feeling a but coming. But it won't be you or I taking it. Tomorrow, ask to take Yui on a date. Let me go get Yui. By the end of tonight, you'll both understand why it has to be you two. I say sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Trust me, Fisher. When have I ever been wrong? Hold on, she's saying trust me a little too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like she might have like ulterior motives in this shit. I feel that. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna keep it boring for now though. Cause literally, think about it, right? About an episode or two ago, think about it. The first thing she said to us was, yo, before I say this plan, do you trust me? Since then, every time my camera died, I didn't realize. Think about it. Every time she's like gonna say a plan or something, think about it. She's always like, said trust me. Oh, Allie, I'm looking at you a little different. Just a little different. I could list every single date we've been on as evidence. Those don't count. Yui, there's just something about her, you know. We'll make it happen. It was the first date since getting... Hold on. It was the first date since getting all of the girls' memories back. We went for a walk out in the woods, the same date we had when we truly had met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away what we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick. It's so nice to see you again, Fisher. I feel the same way, Yui. After all this time, it's got to be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel a little like things are going a little over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels alright. Like, I know it's going to be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yui. Wait a minute. What about the master key? I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I got you covered. Bun bun bun. There goes the rabbit. Bun 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 darted out of the nearby bush and ran to Yui's side. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot. Bun bun bun. Hunt! Bun 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 leapt out of her arms and dashed towards the mansion. And with that out of the way... with that out of the way, how about we walk a little longer? What just happened? That confused me too. She reached out for my hand, then held it tight. I'd like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yui's a lovely girl. At times, I remember how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on her mind or on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. I gotta make sure to get all of us out of here safe. Fisher? Yeah. Sorry, I was having one of my inner monologues. I love you, Fisher. I hope we can spend another day together, just like this soon. Me too, you. Damn. The voice said me too, Jesus Christ. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, then went our separate ways. Fisher, you would not believe what just happened to me today. What happened, Cat? I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall and had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them. It took everything I had not to laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that Ford deleted the footage. That shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. That's good to know. This is the worst one yet, man. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I've just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts, nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all, Cat. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later, Fisher. Good night, Fish. The fuck, that's a typo. Bro said goodbye to himself. Alright, back to the secret base. Mission success! I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it. Which half? Are the keys ready to use? Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's going to take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get the plaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. Awesome. Let's go team. How about you let the rest of the girls know, Fisher? Force disabled the I thought I said I don't know why this strap just said Ford disabled. I read that. Ford disabled the audio recordings in the house at night, so we should be good to talk back up there. I'll let him know. I walk back up the staircase, back to the mansion. Where are they? Ah, I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I make my way over. Violet. Hey Violet, how are you? Goodness, my apologies, for sure. I didn't seem to see you there. You seem pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind? Besides to say, hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week? I'm worried for the people back home. Yui has her sisters to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there. And who knows what's happened to them. In the last, however long we've been trapped here. I'm trying to remember what voice I actually gave her for. I have never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet, and they're going to be happy to see you again. you're right, for sure. Though, there's no way you could know that for sure, could you? I guess so, but we've got to believe, right? I suppose you're right once again, for sure. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is, Violet? I told you I had a twin sister, right? Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola? That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. You know the type. She came first in just about everything, while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and in the end, she was here before I was, and she died for it. I'm so sorry about it. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, for just that one time, I wish I'd come in first. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling. You're kind, for sure. It's something I adore about you, you know. After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set to my parents. You can probably guess how well that went. I wasn't as good as running the business or appearing the prim and the proper, or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. That's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times, I felt like I can't do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard. Violet, yes? I held her tight in my arms. I held her tightly in my arms. I still fucked it up. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the brothers' fives, and even make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of. One we're going to get out of together, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you. You're too kind. Thank you I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Pardon me. Unfortunately, I haven't. But I'm hoping that the Master Key will Pile third will help with that. What the heck? I've never seen that word before. I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memories back stands. Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that. It is the least I can do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know. I know it's not the time for a place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world? I'm looking forward to that day. As am I. We talked a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed, not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow could bring. It's already up from here. For sure. ALLIE, what are you? Never mind that. You've got to come down to the lab. What is it? We found something, and I know you want to see it. She reached for my hand and pulled me in as we ran. What'd she find? The other girls were already there, crowded around the table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you, caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our only file, except for Yui, who already was holding hers, and ALLIE. Weird. There's no file for me here. I double checked, but there was nothing for me. Guess I'm not getting any answers today. ALLIE slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it in a fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? ALLIE Major, sent to the island for being suspected for committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting for the sporty girl archetype, I think that is. We need one of those. Ha! It's good to know this whole set get up was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports? I'd never seen ALLIE look so angry. Let's see. They've got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right. What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single one on the show for the past 2 years. What I've done, things I've said, in private with others, they've got the notes down here to how and when I brush my teeth. How I react differently when they change the show, or tell me different things, or we're nothing but a lab rats to them. It's true, and it's all my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this would have ever happened. Come on, man. You could have known. You could have known, Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. It's not your fault someone ended up using inventions like this, or your inventions like this. If you say so, Fisher. My file says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure of that. No one else could build this technology? I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all of this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible. Why would you crack a joke? Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui. Of all things considered. Sorry, I must know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as ALLIE's. They tracked, measured, commented on so many things about us, so many times it feels violating. But it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came to the show, Fisher? No, why is that? I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. Conditions? To be completely transparent, the reason was money, and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 sisters and a whole farm. I remember now, it was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came onto the show, my sisters and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here and never see them again. That's too depressing to think, you. We're going to get out of here and see your sisters again, together. Thanks, Resho, I'd like that. I'm curious, Yui, what kind of archetype did they list you as? The girl next door. Damn it! That sounds a lot better than Game Gremlin. Yui, Scarlet, and ALLIE and I laughed. At times like these, having a mood lifter like terror around was crucial or critical. Damn. I looked at Violet, who had been silent the whole time. She was trembling. Violet, are you Please, God, don't let this be true. Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter across the room. Nothing is okay, Fisher. It doesn't matter if I get at this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to get back to. No one stand by me. There's nothing for me to either way. Violet, wait. She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the lab. What was on her folder? I moved to follow her, but you stopped me. I think she might need some alone time, Fisher. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, maybe you should just read it. She handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case, otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of her primary investors. It is my understanding that they have recently had a son, and want for him to be the next hire for after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent their remaining daughter, Violet, to us, full well knowing what the show would entail. They paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Even for me, this is too cruel. What the? That's crazy. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at you. There was no words. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use. Please, please, just leave me alone, Fisher. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm sorry, Violet. I'm here to talk if you want to talk, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. Damn, bro. Man, let's just go to this happy ass music. I'm at the end of the day, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, hit the sub button. And Jay, you know what I'm saying? Yo, okay, yeah, I thought this would be the final episode. It's not. Quite honestly, I don't think we're even that close as I thought. A lot of information we just received this episode, bro. A lot of information. You know, Violet's case is like, damn. We were literally just talking to her the other night about, you know what I'm saying, her being cool, her parents being cool, her coming back. But no, they sitting out here like knowing what the show is actually about, which is fucked. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got their memories back. You know what I mean? We're getting up for the finale. It's coming soon. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I dropped the EP just now. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to that. Shit is dope. I spent a lot of time recording that whole. So yeah, listen to that. We inspired. That's how I feel right now. Peace out, everyone. Have a good day. Fresh show out of here.